Hey guys, you're watching Explore the Weird. If you're into creepy and weird, make sure you smoke that like button as well as hit that subscribe. The Ganja Goons gang is growing like crazy and we would love if you're part of it. All right, let's get right into it.
The darkest conspiracies in the world. The Mandela Effect, a theory that suggests that our current reality has somehow been shifted into an alternate universe. Such evidence includes things like the Berenstain Bears being Berenstain Bears, fruit of the loom, with and without the cornucopia. Even the memory of Mandela dying in prison back in the 1980s versus 2013. Supposedly created by the CIA as a psyops. Are we really in an alternate reality? Hit the plus sign if you think so.
Dude, I 100% believe Mandela Effect. Even for me, when I first seen that Berenstain Bears is now spelled different, I vividly remember standing in bookstores, reading the author, and now I don't even know what the current spelling is in our current universe, but like it is literally wild. It is literally wild, and it's not, oh, I have a bad memory. I was addicted to these books. I loved the Berenstain Bears as a kid. And you want to know everything about it, and then all of a sudden the name is spelled different in our current universe, and I'm like, wait, I thought it was spelled with an E. Who's Berenstain? I only know Berenstein. This did not make any sense to me. And people have both. Other people say, hey, I remember as Berenstain, and in my universe it's Berenstein. It's like, dude, I don't care. At this point, Mandela Effect makes sense. The craziest one for me was my wife and I once on a cruise, and when we were on the cruise, the worker comes over and he's like, oh, Jim Carrey, he died, right? And there was this recollection that he had similar to Nelson Mandela dying, that he thought Jim Carrey had died. And Jim Carrey dying is something that some people have said has happened, and it's just not true. In our current universe, this guy still exists and is alive, and I feel like he plays into that Mandela Effect as well. He knows it's not completely believable, So I'm a big Mandela Effect believer. Is there any Mandela Effects you guys believe? Let me know in the comments down below.
Bro, what?
This freaked me the fuck out.
This fact. Okay, can I share this? I don't want to be blamed.
I doubt I could stop you.
I don't want to be blamed if you cannot get to sleep tonight.
No, I'll be okay.
Okay, all right. So, this dark energy in the future will render the universe so large, having accelerated so significantly that all the galaxies of the night sky will have accelerated beyond our horizon.
What?
And at night, I lose sleep over that.
Yo, I'm gonna trust Neil on this one. He knows a lot. He's much smarter than I, but it is crazy to even think about. The fact that what he's theorizing as a potential future could be that future we're living right now. If we're living this future right now, that means there's literally past that we can't fathom because we don't know it, because we can't see it, right? And it makes you wonder. It's like, oh, how many things exist that are in parallel to us that we just can't see because we're just that expanded out, and we're only visible to what we know in the form of galaxies. And if those galaxies go ever expanding, it's like, oh my god, no wonder this guy can't sleep. I wonder how many other theories he has that he can't sleep over. Oh my god. Oh man, that one freaked me out.
All right, someone explain this to me. You see these two rainbows here, all right, which are coming from the reflection of this corner and this corner of the glass. Just like this one is here as well, coming from that corner, as well as this one coming from that corner. So when we see a rainbow outside in the sky, shaped like this, where is that coming from? The only explanation would be if we were to have some form of rounded glass structure above us. You've never heard of the firmament? Look up the firmament and research and educate yourself. I'm not saying the earth is flat, but it's not a globe.
I kind of agree with this. I'm not saying I'm a flat earther, but I do believe there are other visual representations of the earth that can also be accurate if we have our eyes open. And one of the ones, you know, for me, just like you said, the firmament, but it's not flat. The biome, right? We have some type of ecosystem we're encapsulated in or enclosed in, or very difficult to leave that ecosystem. And you know, that glass type structure, is that what's causing the rainbows? Not too sure there. It is an interesting thought, because you are seeing the rainbows on the floor, and it's by that edge of the glass that's causing that, you know. And you know, prisms cause rainbows too, so it's like I don't know if we're encapsulated in a full glass like structure, but there's definitely something, because even in Sanskrit, even in olden scriptures, we have seen references of the earth before we all agreed that it was a round spheric object, that they had it depicted as an encapsulated or an enclosed type vessel for us humans. So yeah, quite interesting. I feel woke, but I also feel super weird about this. So birds are fake. I mean, this feels like this guy tattooed it, or it's some type of way to do this feathering, and it seems like he's pretty knowledgeable with this pigeon. I wouldn't even be holding a pigeon, you know, dude. Some of these things I've seen in New York, like gigantos, bro. I ain't holding any of these things. This looks like a messenger pigeon or some sort. But yeah, I definitely am freaked out by birds. I do believe they are real, though. I'm not a birds are fake type guy. And the video, even with the ring system, where that little bird, the wings, maybe they're flapping so hard it's hard to catch them on the full frame, but it's also very hard to believe, because I know I have a security camera of myself, and I know sometimes frames are missed. They're not missed like that. It was definitely weird. The bird appeared to be still, even where other things were moving. So I believe I am awake, but I don't know why these incidents happened. Okay, I definitely saw the coyote. The creature it was chasing, was that like one of those elf things from Harry Potter? Dobby? Dobby, are you back? I swear I see Dobby in a lot of these things, man. I feel like, you know, you join a CGI class or you join an animatronics class, and one of the first things they make you do is like, let me teach you how to make Dobby. And then they're like, okay, I'm going to make a fake Dobby video. Oh, man, there's just so many similarities. What did you guys see? Did you see a Dobby as well?
Scariest conspiracy theories in the world that will seriously change your life. Part 11. Today we are talking about time loops. This is mental and very, very confusing. So you've seen films such as Groundhog Day, Palm Springs, or Dark or anything. You can kind of get the gist of this, where people are kind of stuck in a time loop, reliving the same day again and again and again. Like things like Groundhog Day, Happy Death Day, all of that kind of stuff. What if this actually exists in real life? The theory is maybe there are some kind of wormholey weird places on Earth that connect interdimensionally with parallel universe. Told you it was confusing, didn't I? Now, if you don't know, parallel universes, a universe is the same as ours, where things play out differently. But maybe there are actual things like this out there. So kind of think of it as if like a black hole, but on Earth. And maybe when you enter this, it kind of freezes time, so you're just stuck on your own. Almost like in your own bubble, just going through the same day again and again and again. I mean, it's mental and a crazy theory, but I mean, if you think about certain explanations for it, it kind of could be possible. But it's still mental.
I really hope it's not possible. I don't actually see how it could be possible, I guess. But my hope is it doesn't happen to me in any way, shape, or form. I would be very sad. I would be very sad, because I don't want that to happen. That's really scary. That's really scary.
Charlotte?
Oh my God.
Charlotte? Where did she go?
She was just here.
Where is she? Charlotte?
Charlotte! Charlotte!
Charlotte? Smile. Big smile. There's my beautiful girl. My beautiful family. Picture perfect. Yeah, supermodels.
Okay, that's not
Is it a pun? Nice.
All right, let's go higher. You want to go higher? Yeah.
Higher.
You sure?
Here we go. Blast off.
Whoa! Oh my goodness, such a big girl. You doing good, Charlotte?
Charlotte.
Oh my god.
Charlotte.
Yo, did the lady disappear at the end that was walking the dog, and that's why the dog ran away? Oh man. Even the first video, I hope it's really well edited, but even the second video after the package drops off, oh my god. Dude, imagine you're just living your day and all of a sudden you just get taken into wherever you're living a time loop, or you're like taken to a different dimension, and to you just appear like living the same, but in our current world you've like completely disappeared from us. Is that what's happening with all those abducted cases? Oh my god, I can't do that. I can't. I want to think everything's okay. I want to be
Less than 3 weeks before his This Is It show, Michael Jackson died from cardiac arrest in his home after being given various medications by his personal physician, Conrad Murray. However, the video you are seeing now was taken on the same day of Michael Jackson's death, which shows what looks to be the famous pop star being escorted out of a coroner's van into a secluded area. Some might say that this happened before his death, but officials pronounced him dead at 2:26 p.m. Pacific time, and this video was taken at night that same day.
I have seen that video even that day. Remember, I was into the weird stuff long before I made the channel, and I had seen that there was a possibility that video did depict Michael Jackson still alive after he was pronounced dead. I'm a big believer, man. I believe all these artists have faked their passings, and I just want them to be alive. I'm a big Rolling Loud guy. I've gone to music festivals, I've gone to concerts, and I've enjoyed my time with the artist. I can only assume it's the same way with Michael Jackson, similar to it is to me with XXXTentacion or a person like Juice WRLD. You know, I've seen both of them in live, and now they're past, and it's hard for me to fathom. And it's nice having that optimistic, like, hey, maybe he's still out there and he's doing this to protect himself. He's tired of the everyone going after him. He doesn't want to be looked at like the Britneys of the world, you know, and they just need to go into hiding by faking their own death. It's the Machiavelli type thing, you know.
Hold up, so you know how we were just talking about the whole submarine
Oh yeah,
it was low-key a distraction to something else?
conspiracies or whatever.
The lab-grown meat?
Lab-grown meat?
You didn't hear about this shit?
No.
The whole time that we were like focusing on the submarine shit, they literally passed the bill that they're gonna allow people to sell lab-grown meat.
So fake chicken.
Grown from chicken cells.
Why? No, we didn't ask for this shit.
First, they're gonna like sell it in like a small restaurant or whatever.
A test trial?
And then eventually, maybe a couple months later or like whatever, a year, they're eventually gonna sell it in stores.
If they're doing that, that means low-key, we're running out of food supplies.
That has to be like a warning to something else, bro.
Cause why?
That shit is definitely gonna have some like
A negative effect on us in the future.
like anything that's not natural, bro, is not good for us.
And
bro.
you already know they're about to... You're probably gonna end up making it mad good, though.
I wouldn't be surprised if all the fast food shit has that now. Imagine they make real chicken mad expensive, bro, like $20, and then they make
Oh my god.
and then they make that shit like $5.
Prediction? You calling it?
They're probably gonna make that shit mad cheap because it's unlimited.
Yeah, they can keep on growing it no matter what.
They can make that more cheap because now I feel like now they have an excuse to
raise prices or
raise prices on actual chicken, real chicken. Because why do they have to sell you real chicken, take care of the real chicken when they could just fucking make one in the lab?
conspiracies.
I completely agree with this dude. Why do I need to make a real chicken? Why do I need to take care of a real chicken when I can just like in a day or two have a lab grown meat and I can just sell that to consumers? You know, it makes 100% sense. Right now I believe it is still more expensive to do the lab grown meats over the real product, but eventually over time, yeah, this could be the thing. Even if it got difficult to get the real thing, you have something close to it, people are still gonna eat it. It's like imitation crab meat. People still buy imitation crab meat. There's no crap in imitation crab meat. It's all, what is it, whitefish? Oh boy.
The World's Most Dangerous Conspiracy Theories, Season 2. This picture represents conspiracy theories from the most well-known to the darkest. Some of these theories say that once you learn the truth, there's no return. For this series, we're going to be picking a couple from each category until we reach Tier 10, the point of no return. Alright, Season 2, welcome to Tier 1. Today we're going to be talking about Ouija boards. A Ouija board is a board printed with numbers, letters, and symbols in hopes of communicating with the dead. The history of the Ouija board is just as mysterious as the game itself. A woman named Helen Peters claimed to be a very strong psychic and actually invented the board herself. Eventually, Helen Peters' brother-in-law named Elijah wanted to get these things patented so that he could sell these everywhere. Helen Peters and Elijah traveled everywhere trying to get this patent, but the offices said they couldn't release a patent unless they had proof of it working. But consequently, nobody in these offices wanted to even get close to the board for unknown reasons. Until one day they traveled to Washington, D.C., and the chief of patent walked in the room and said, "You don't know me and I don't know you." Then he said, "If this board can tell me my name, I will sign the patent for you right now." The board apparently spelled the man's name. He walked out of the office, looked at Helen Peters and said, "You got your patent." Years later, Helen Peters and Elijah had a falling out, and Helen said she no longer wanted anything to do with this board. Elijah, on the other hand, continued selling these boards until one day he fell off of a 3-story building. Fall, and some bystanders saw his body laying in the road. They picked him up, put him in the car, and they hit a bump in the road and his broken rib pierced through his heart. After that, the family sold the rights to the board, and all the way up until Helen Peters' death, her last words is, "Do not play the Ouija board, it lies." And now you can buy a Ouija board from any store and they're marketed to children. So the question remains, are these boards just a hoax, or was Helen Peters trying to warn us of something much darker? Make sure to like and follow for Tier 2.
Dude, you have both owners of the Ouija board passed in some crazy way at this point. You know, even after her passing, she's warning us not to use the product that she co-founded. You're like, hey, I ain't gonna use this, at least you would think, but it's still being pushed to kids, and I think that's the agenda. You know, that's the bigger meaning. They want kids to use it. That's how they get people, you know, into this witchcraft stuff. I feel this is the small stepping stone they need to really get into it. And it sounds like the wife didn't want to get into it, but the husband did. He got in real deep, and before he knew it, you know, the 3-story cliff dive, and his body dies after it gets pierced with the rib. It's scary. That is super scary. I would hope that people aren't using this for the intended purposes, and it's just all a fun game. But unfortunately, I know that is not good hope. Oh boy.
This is a conspiracy theory I 100% believe in. So, in 2020, the reason the government put us into a lockdown is so they could change the batteries in the pigeons.
Right.
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon? It's because they're all cameras.
That's a very good point.
The weirdest part is my dad has like pigeons as well, and even I've never seen a baby pigeon.
Very good point. Where do they go?
There's like a van driving around collecting them all.
Yeah, to make sure they don't get too wet.
Exactly.
I've never seen a baby pigeon either. I've seen all kinds of various adult pigeons in like different varying sizes. I've seen some pretty large ones too. But I don't, unless the baby pigeons are just as big as regular, I don't know. But the thing I heard about that was the reason it was to install the 5G antennas, not to change the batteries. But I did see the conspiracy on the birds as well. So, oh man, that's tough. This is tough. What is it, to change the batteries, or was it to change or to install the 5G towers? Oh boy, what do you guys think? Why did 2020 happen? Why were we locked up for all that time? Well, be careful. Be nice in the comments.
Green Hoodie Lizard Man is back on the plane.
I don't think that's him. That doesn't even follow the same color. I'm telling you right now. That guy right there is not the government, dude. Operations of that sort in other countries to bring down those countries. So the funding of the Dalai Lama's foundation in the 1960s makes complete sense to me. And really, when it came down to the first one, you know, it's tough. It's tough because I'm a guy that brews my own beer. I can make my own ciders. I literally love everything about the brewing process. I'm a big connoisseur. I get my own hops. I literally do the whole fermentation, mash tun. I do everything. And to know that the government at some point convinced all these manufacturers of booze to poison their supply for God knows what reason, just to stop them from drinking when there's so much people at that time that were, that was like the hip thing. It was like smoking cigarettes. That's a cool thing to do. But in reality, you find out much later, hey, this ain't so cool or safe to do. And now we're in that same speculation when it comes to marijuana and booze. Some people go, oh, this is better than the other, but I still come back. What is the end narrative? Now everything is legalized. It's up to you as the human to figure out what's good for you or what's not. The government should not be making anyone's decisions. They shouldn't even been tainting this. It starts with this. Now what is it? Now what are they doing? Now is it the water supply? Now is it the foods? Well, it's like, what's next, bro? What literally is next? And I ain't even trying to be crazy pessimistic or anything. It's just the crazy truths that I just like fathom in my head. I'm like, I really hope. All right, let's do one more.
You should never eat the Chick-fil-A or
this is a dope sandwich. So they really are flipping birds over there. Because there's no way in the world to justify. So whenever I seen that, I said it in a message, and someone took the clip of it and then went on the website of Chick-fil-A, had it broke down where they were clicking on it, showing all of the ingredients and these chemicals that were in it. Do you know the next day Chick-fil-A took that down off their website? So now you can't find the ingredients to the Chick-fil-A sandwich or the Popeyes chicken sandwich, because they don't want you to know that they're drugging you, they're doping you, that they have you wanting the food not for nutrition or value, but because you become addicted by the MSG and the other chemicals that they've inserted in that also are immune.
That is crazy, and I've been hearing a lot of these food ones recently, and I'm a big foodie. I love eating. I just can't stop. It's so much fun. It's the greatest pastime, I swear. No, I'm just kidding. Don't kill me. But I am a foodie. But I had both the Popeyes sandwich as well as the Chick-fil-A sandwich. To me, the clear winner is the Chick-fil-A sandwich, but when Popeyes sandwich first came out, I was on that Popeyes binge, and I loved that Popeyes spicy chicken sandwich. I would be eating it like crazy, and then eventually I got sick and tired of it. I started noticing my Crohn's was acting up every time I had that Popeyes sandwich. Then I went back to the Chick-fil-A, and that seemed okay. But now, after watching this and knowing there's chemicals they're adding in there, it messes with me so hard, because I want, I don't even have a chance to eat that much fast food and stuff. But when I do, I definitely chicken sandwich is my go-to, So I'm like, is this going to make me eat different now? That's the real question, because now it's like, I know what I'm doing. Teddy, look what you're doing. Look what you do. Is this better to eat the food than alcohol? No. We're asking the right questions. But yes, this is so sad to know. And I'm assuming, the guy's telling the truth. Nutritional facts at some point did have to be up and listed for companies, and then they took it down. That just seems weirdly just weird, But I guess they only have to tell you the nutrition's not what it's made out of. And when he says, hey, it's not made to give you nutritional benefits, it's just made to get you addicted. Oh boy, we're getting addicted. looks so real. It looks so real. I mouse clicked and I fumbled there. But guys, that is what I had for today. If you're into creepy and strange, literally anything, please consider joining the Ganja Goons gang by hitting that subscribe. It does help the Goon gang grow, and we're trying to grow as big as we can. So guys, I will catch you next time. Goodbye.